All right. So we are recording. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen. And so you guys will be able to see the PowerPoint presentation. So just confirm with me that you can see that now. You can
Yep.
see it says 21 Day Detox. Yes?
Yep, you betcha.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to rip into this. It'll be kind of fun. This presentation, I usually are used to do this in a room full of people. So obviously with Zoom, it's a little bit different than a room full of people, but we'll still have some fun with it. And if you have any questions, I'll invite you to just chime in and we'll go from there. All right. So 21 Day Detox. So this is my excited face. All right, Mr. Bean, good times. So I'm just wondering if you're ready to gain more energy, release stubborn body fat, flatten your stomach, and develop the healthiest version of yourself. You guys ready for that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds good,
That's
right?
why we're here.
Good.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into the 21 Day Detox. And at the end of today, well, the end of this hour, you'll have the information, the motivation, you'll be enrolled and ready to go. Grocery shopping and start training this coming week on Monday. And you can start creating your ideal body and life now. That's actually Jody, super awesome guy. I've worked with him a couple of times. He was actually at the house a few days ago. So before we get started and unveil what's behind the curtain, here's a quick disclaimer that I always like to start with. So the big thing is, I can give you all of the tools and the training, and I can help you develop the mindset for success. But in the end, it's your attitude that makes all the difference. If you hate change and you're not willing to try something new, totally different, and perhaps even annoying, then your chance of success will plummet. What you have done before has gotten you to where you are now. So let's try something different. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because newsflash, nothing works.
Yeah.
You make it work. You can make anything work. I've seen people make things work that are impossible. I have personally made things work that are impossible. Nothing works. You make it work. Doug has a bobcat in his yard right now that doesn't work until he goes in and turns it on. Also, we got somebody else joining us. Cool. So, hey, it's Carlo. Right on. So,
Carlo?
That's the big reality of this, is that nothing works. You make it work. And you can make this work if you so choose. So I've collected hundreds of before and after pictures. I've worked with lots of different great people, and it's been a blast. And I'm looking forward to working with you guys. I've been a trainer since 1998, and I've owned a gym in Silver Lake for over 18 years, serving our community. Of course, that all changed in 2020, but my passion for helping people has not changed. It just looks different right now. I see Lorna's joining us as well. That's awesome. And so, yes, the gym closed forever in March, but I still get to work with people, and I'm pretty stoked about that. I'm proud to say that me and my team have helped our community drop over 2,000 pounds of fat per year on average. We have helped a lot of people. And we weren't always the fitness people everyone knows us today. So I kind of think most of you know my story a little bit. But in case you don't, I'm just going to go through a couple things for fun, so you know a little bit about my story. So some people call me Uncle Scotty, and that's totally cool. You can do the same thing. I was in architecture for 13 years, getting fat and sick and stressed. And after a year of specialists and tests, a doctor finally told me to eat right, exercise, and take care of myself. So I did, with a passion. I went from chubby Pillsbury Doughboy, and fun little fact, I had already dropped 20 pounds by the time we took that before picture, because I wouldn't let anyone take my picture. And then I got all fit. It was awesome. And once I did that, I opened the gym and I got into triathlon. I began traveling the world, and at the World Championships in 2015, I nearly died in a bike crash in the rain at 70 kilometers an hour. So I went from super fit world champion guy to busted guy. I shattered my shoulder, broke my arm in half. I broke my skull open. And then I had the long, slow road back to health with, of course, all of the skills and programs I've been teaching others since 1998 coming into play. 3 years of surgeries, rehab, challenge after challenge takes its toll, and especially when emotional eating comes into play. So a lot of the things that I'm going to share with you through this program are not something I read about in a book. They're something I've lived through and experienced, because this is me after the crash. I not only gained my weight back, I did a little extra, but I put all the things at play that I know how to do, and I got back to being in good shape again. And at 51, I'm in great shape, which is awesome. And I clawed my way back to the World Championships. Woo! So that's me back in 2018. And if you haven't seen it, there's a really fun documentary that I can give you a link to. So since my transformation, I surrounded myself with amazing people, and I've been able to live my passion every day, transforming lives and changing the world. So which brings us to you here now. Now it's your time. Now it's your guys' time. So there's a chat feature on this. Then I can also, you can unmute yourself and say, woohoo. I've muted everybody for now just to make the recording simple and clean. But if you've got something to add, please do so. If you want to mention something or ask a question, then there is a little chat feature. If you push the alternate button and H, it will come up and you can see the chat button. You can also hover down below and it should come up as a little piece where you can push the chat button. So if you've got something to say or add, please do that. You can also unmute yourself. All right, cool. Moving forward. So let me ask you a few questions. Do some of these apply to you? And if you've got your video on, I know Lorna and Doug don't, but you can give me a thumbs up or a nod, or you can in the chat command type a letter yes. So do some of these apply to you? Feeling down on yourself for having let your health go down and your weight go up? Is that anybody out there that applying to you? Feel free to chat or nod. Carlo, what do you think? Oh, Carlo turned his cameras off. He doesn't want me to see his admission. That's okay. Have you have people in your life that you want to help, but you're not setting a good example yourself? Does that apply to anybody? You've perhaps had some negative self-talk in your own mind and it's draining your energy. Anybody got some negative self-talk out there? Hearing that? You're tired of back rolls and having a spare tire around the midsection, and you're done with having a double chin and flabby arms, basically feeling a little too jiggly right now. Anybody feeling jiggly right now? A little bit? A little bit? All right. Frustrated when you go shopping for clothes? Is that anybody out there? Show of hands? A little bit? You've tried gyms, diet books, trainers, boot camps, fitness programs, but nothing's worked long-term. So now you're skeptical and maybe in your own ability to succeed. You can barely stand getting on the scale, and even the thought of it makes you nervous. Does that apply to anyone? Who's afraid of the scale right now? Anyone? A little bit? Doug? Yeah, you don't care, right? But is the number going to be what you like? What do you think? No? Yeah, I know. I'm with you there, buddy. I am with you there. You're starting to limit yourself in life, and you only put yourself in places and circumstances where you feel safe. And you make choices based on what others want, maybe instead of what you want. Maybe that's true for you. Here's something really profound. You only live once. Does everybody know the saying? Does everybody know that one? Yeah, it's a load of crap. You only die once. You live every day. You live every day. You only die once. So you got to flip the script on that. We need to live. Can't be afraid of dying. It happens to everybody. I know that's a little deep, a little profound, but we live every day, and it's important that we actually get some good out of that. Make your life awesome. All right. So this phase 1 21-day detox challenge is the answer. I'm going to take you through this 3-step process in just 21 days, from where you are right now to where you want to be or where you want to be going. So from making poor choices, negative self-talk, low energy and motivation, we're going to move towards making healthy choices daily. That is going to start a profound cascade of awesome. You're going to gain energy and enthusiasm and then start exercising and feeling good. Then creating your ideal you, feeling like yourself again and being a role model to others. This is a spectacular journey if you're willing to play along. So what exactly is the 21-day detox? Anybody had that question? Yeah? Anyone else? I see. I got a few yeses. Yeah. You're not sure? Huh? I mean, what are we going to eat? That's probably the biggest question. If you haven't looked at the manual yet, what are we going to eat? It's simple. It's 21 days of lemon water, castor oil, and cayenne pepper. That's it. Call it the Master Disaster Cleanse. Who's in? Are you excited? Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. It's not that kind of detox. It really isn't. And there are those in the world. They really are. So, but what it is 21 days of clean eating, no processed sugar, no unhealthy carbs, no dairy. And the great news is no calorie counting. Eat food and just eat to how you feel, right? It's about cleaning up the things that are causing inflammation and slowing us down. There have already been some really brilliant questions on the page, the private Facebook page. Diane's asked about yogurt. We're going to look at holding off on yogurt for 3 weeks. If it's a deal breaker, then let's you and I chat. But I'm a big fan of Greek yogurt. I have Greek yogurt every single night, but for 21 days, I'm not going to have any, right? So it is about just removing things that tend to be the most inflammatory. Now, like I said, if yogurt's a deal breaker for you, then we can chat, because you're an adult. You get to do what you like. And if you'll try this, to 21 days, you are in charge of your results. Cottage cheese, same thing. That is a dairy product. So we're going to hang off on that for a while. These are good questions. So, but it's not about what you can't eat. It's about what you can eat. Fresh fruits, vegetables, eggs, healthy fats, lean meats, chicken, beef, fish, good carbs like brown rice, quinoa, sweet potato, good stuff like avocado. Who loves avocado? Does everybody love avocado? What's the problem with avocados in Canada? What are your thoughts? Unmute yourself for a second. Tell me the biggest problem with avocados in Canada.
They're expensive.
They are expensive. Everything is getting more and more expensive. Yeah, not ripe is what Diane has added. Have you noticed that avocados in Canada have 3 phases? Bulletproof, ripe, which is 3 seconds long, and then rotten. Have you noticed that? Yeah. One of the things I do is I buy Yucatan guacamole, which is 98% avocado. It's got a little bit of spices in it. And then it's predictable. It's already ripe when you open it, and it lasts about a week in the fridge. So there you go. Doug says no Baileys in coffee. That is correct, sir. One thing I want you to know, and I'm so glad you mentioned that, is I'd like you to consider staying away from coffee for 21 days. Yeah, I know. You might be thinking about quitting right now, right? Who's like, okay, I'm out. No coffee? Yeah, forget it. Well, listen, before you quit right now, 2 things. 1, keeping coffee in will not make or break your detox. Coffee in and of itself is not bad. However, coffee does stress the adrenal glands, which actually makes you more fatigued and leads to coffee crashes. And when your adrenal glands are depleted, the stress hormone cortisol, which in turn, it raises the stress hormone cortisol, which in turn makes you store belly fat. So there can be some consequences to coffee. Now, I got to tell you personally, I gave up coffee when I first did the detox. Oh gosh, that's probably 3 years ago now. And it was really hard at first. But then once I got used to not having it, my energy came back up, and my energy was my energy. It changed everything. And then when the gym closed in March, I went running back to coffee, and it became a staple again. So I too need to try this. And I'm going to tell you right here, coffee in hand, there are things about this detox I'm not looking forward to going through, but I know they're what I need to do, and I know they're good for me. Now, instead of coffee, we can substitute non-sweetened green tea, which still has caffeine, but it's mild, and it doesn't deplete your adrenals the same way. Green tea is actually a superfood that helps you lose weight. So green tea can be an improvement because it's handled differently in the body, especially like matcha. There's different ways to have caffeine. Diane says we can do it, which I love. And Doug says 1 coffee a day and then green teas all day. If we can just switch to green teas all day and try it for 3 weeks, then you can always go back to coffee. All right. So the foods are delicious. You and your family will love the foods that are in the manual. And if they can do it, so can you. Like these are a lot of the people that have done the 21-day detox with me. And I know that's probably a little hard to see because it's a bit small on your screen, but in 21 days, just glancing through them, 6 pounds, 2 pounds, 6 pounds, 4 inches down, 0.7% body fat, 6 pounds, 7 pounds, 6 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 6.5 pounds. I know there's one here. Jody at the bottom left dropped 20 pounds in 3 weeks, healthily. And he kept it off. 5 pounds, 3 pounds, 9 pounds, 2.5 pounds. So results vary. You're going to be you, but this is a very successful program, proven if you'll hang in there with me. Let me ask you, do you understand that quick fixes don't work? Does everybody get that? Quick fixes don't work, right? This isn't a drastic, some wackadoo extreme starvation thing. It's not. My friend Jason started with a 6-week challenge, and 8 months later, he grew a beard. No, he also leaned down. That's a joke. You can laugh. It's okay. I will picture you laughing. Okay. So I'd love to hear you say yes. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Unmute your mic for me if you can. And I want you to say yes when you hear something you want. Lose weight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Gain energy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Release belly fat.
Yes.
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 Good.
Oh, yeah.
Increase stamina.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. More confidence.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
good. Fit back in your clothes.
Yep.
Does anybody have a
Yeah.
section in their closet that it's like, I'll get back to you? Do you have that?
Yes.
I'll get back to you section. I'm
Actually,
not
they're
giving
too
up on that shirt. I like that shirt. Yeah. Toned arms and legs.
Yes,
Yeah. Tighter and trimmer midsection.
absolutely.
Yeah. Gain sexual magnetism.
Mhm.
I don't know. I've never had it.
Yeah.
Get back that swagger. Who wants a little swagger? A little
Sure.
swagger? Yeah.
Yep.
Good. Awesome. Get your groove back. Awesome. How about respect for yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know when I eat like a garbage compactor, it kind of fades a little. Positive mindset.
Yes.
Yes. Your
Yes.
thighs that don't rub together.
Yep.
Yeah. How about happier? Who wants to be happier?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. What about healthier?
Yeah.
Regardless
Yes.
of all that other stuff, who wants to be healthier?
Yes.
Healthier.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. Become a role model and a leader. Inspire others. Yeah. Good. Commitment is always the first step. And that's why I'm glad you're here. Lyle called me 1 year after Christmas and he said, "Hey, I need your help." I said, "Yeah, buddy, what's up?" He said, "I can't get off the floor." I'm like, "What do you mean you can't get off the floor? Did you fall? Do I need to call 911? Why are you calling me?" He goes, No, I'm fine. I sat down on the floor to play with my daughter and her Christmas presents and I can't get off the floor. And I hadn't seen him in a few years. And I was like, "What do you mean you can't get off the floor?" He said, "I'm too fat. I can't get off the floor." "Well, how much do you think you weigh?" He says, "I don't know. My scale only goes up to 300. And I'm way above that." So we started working together. He actually went to the doctor and he weighed in about 350. And he went from hardly getting off the floor to 190 pounds. And we started doing Spartan races together. We ran a half marathon together. We've done Ironmans. Him and I did a Spartan race called an Ultra Beast, which is a 50-kilometer race on a ski hill with tons and tons of big, really crazy obstacles. And he crushed it. The guy is a freak. He's unstoppable. We actually did a workout yesterday together in my garage. Don't tell anyone. And he's amazing. So go ahead and raise your hand if you're ready to commit to your own health. Yeah. Good. Carlo, you ready to commit to your own health? Yes? Attaboy. Thumbs up. Oh, he knows how to use Zoom. He's a pro. Well, we need some accountability, and that's where I come in. We will be working directly with each other. Check out Grandpa Dan. We used to call him Dampa. In 6 weeks,
That's
the
why
boy
I'm
dropped
having my
36
last
pounds.
coffee here right now.
What's that, Carlo?
That's why I'm going to enjoy my last coffee here for
Attaboy.
21
Yeah.
days here right now.
I'm enjoying mine too. We still got Sunday. Don't worry yet. Dampa dropped 36 pounds in 6 weeks. Very impressive. But we also need some good old fashioned hard work and consistency. You guys down for that? Yep. Good. So now a quick word on supplements. People always ask about supplements because they assume a detox means a whole big thing on supplements. They're not necessary. They really aren't necessary for success of the detox program. However, there are some that can help. And if you're trying to maximize fat loss, I can guide you. If that's something you're curious about, let me know. There are things that will assist you, but it's completely not necessary. But it is still something I have access to if you want. So here's what to expect from this phase 1 detox plan, the 80-page detox manual. Now, is there anybody out here that does not have that yet? I know that Doug and Lorna have a physical copy. Diane is picking hers up today. Carlo, did you get your email with the PDF file?
I did, and it's
Perfect.
printed and it's in a little binder.
Excellent. I was thinking, Carlo's got a professional accounting office. He's going to print his own. I'm pretty sure he'll be set up. That's awesome. In there is the detox grocery list, the quick start. There's tons of great recipes in there. Now, I will point out one thing that's interesting. There are a couple of shakes and smoothies in the back of the manual that do list. One of them lists yogurt, Greek yogurt. One of them lists 1/8 of a cup of oats, and one of them lists a little bit of honey. And that's fine. You're not going to live on those. So if you have some of those things a little bit, what we want is that you don't have them all the time. Okay. There are some vegetarian meal recipes. There's the private Facebook group with unlimited online coaching. And I know lots of you are already in there. I think almost everybody's in the private group already. I've had some really good interactions. I know last night I was answering questions for about an hour and a half. Now, weekly weigh-ins, what I'm going to ask you to do is Monday or Tuesday, first thing in the morning, get up, go to the washroom, and then weigh yourself. And I'd like you to message that to me. You can post it in the group if you want. That's up to you, but I want you to message it to me. I'm just going to keep track of it and see how you're doing. I also really encourage you to take a photo of yourself, a before photo. Ideally, you want to be in a pair of shorts and either a tight fitting t-shirt, or for the guys, no t-shirt. Ladies, please don't go no t-shirt. That's just not appropriate. We're not that good of friends. That's a joke. All right. So I do encourage you to take a before photo. You want one from the front, one from the side, and maybe one from the back so that you can see your changes. Your before photos have nothing to do with me. They're not for me. They're not for anybody else. They're for you to see, because we don't notice changes. We don't notice micro changes every day. You look in the mirror and you look the same every day because your brain just adjusts what it's seeing. But when you take a photo, 3 weeks later, you take another photo, then you can see the difference, and it's inescapable. You can't weasel your way out of it. You know it's there. Carlos says, where does honey stand in terms of acceptable ingredients? What we are requesting is to go with no sweeteners for 3 weeks. So honey is technically off the list for 3 weeks. If you're going to choose a sweetener because you cannot live without it, then honey is a good choice as far as that goes. You can try things like sweetener. I had a very long list of questions last night, people asking about all sorts of additives to water and stuff like that are inevitably artificial sweeteners, and I'd really rather we didn't for 3 weeks. Flavor your water with frozen strawberries, frozen kiwi, frozen pineapple. There's a lot of ways to flavor your water with real food. That's fantastic. All right. And you will be getting daily detox mindset videos. I will be sending them to auto load into the Facebook private group every single day. So they will be loaded up at 5 a.m. every day, and there's lots of good information in them. I spend a lot of time on those videos making sure that they have the best information for you to really understand what it is to succeed at this journey. And I prefer the Facebook group to email because it doesn't get trapped in spam, and there's all kinds of benefits. So I hope that's cool with you. And you also have unlimited contact with me. I did post in the private Facebook page already a copy of my daily schedule. So you can see my red zones where I probably won't answer you back right away, and the green zones where I will do my best to answer you back right away. Okay. And that's for my own protection in a sense, because I tend to be a little bit too fast to answer people, and then it interrupts my meal time. It interrupts all kinds of things in my family, gives me stink eye, and that's not fair either. All right. And then if you really want a private body composition with me, I still have my $5,000 near infrared laser body comp device in the garage. And technically that is a professional appointment, and we still could do that if you really want an actual body comp to see what your muscle, bone, fat, water percentages are. All right. What happens after my 21-day phase? Well, I do work with people one-on-one, and maybe that's for you. This is step one. It's a clean slate and a fresh start, and then we can build new habits and knowledge from there. So I have kept this as tight as I can. We're at about 23 minutes, and that is what I've got for PowerPoint. So the next thing is on to you. Are there any questions at this point? Give me a thumbs up if you're good, or you can chat something. If you've got any questions, now's the time to answer. Otherwise, we will close this off quickly and briefly and expeditiously. I will share this video with others that couldn't be here today, and we will move forward to the day. Is there a meal plan in the manual? Diane, there's lots of guidance in the manual. It is not a direct, specific meal plan per se. There are lots of suggestions on how to build one. If you're stuck or need some help with that, I can definitely assist you. Any other questions? Doug, you good?
Yeah, we're fine.
Makes sense? Yeah, cool. Carlo, you good? Perfect.
You're good.
Thumbs up. All right, gang. If there's no other questions, I'm going to give it a 3, 2, 1 here. Then I'm going to end the call, and we will be done like dinner. We gold? All right, I'm going to click this button that says
Okay.
stop share. Go ahead.
We're good.
We're good. Awesome. Okay. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Like I said, reach out to me with any questions. Take care. Have a great day.